he was the holder of the note or due on course, and the attorney freaked out because he was worried to answer it?
Yes.
Is that, I didn't capture the essence of that.
Okay,
scene.
I'll say it real simply. There is no holder in due course. You'll discover that throughout this lecture. There is no holder in due course. Okay, I'm going to ask, who is the holder in due course? No, now Brenda, stop that. If I tell you there is no holder in due course, and then I go, who's the friggin' holder in due course? And you say, we are, you're wrong. We know you're wrong because you disagree with me. That's our big joke in all this, and I just love it. It's part of being up here. Okay, there is no holder in due course. There can't be. Give me just a second. The reason being, if the attorney said, yes, my client's the holder in due course, or yes, my client's the creditor, that's a felony. That's it. I'll grab his bar card. He is not going to risk his bar. Here's what happened. We walked out of court. There were 16 of us in just our group over that girl that day. I walked out of court and I said, I will guarantee you this attorney's going to drop this case. Somebody else is going to have to take it on. He dropped the bank. He won't even do anything for the bank. That was it. He was done with that bank. Now, he's still a foreclosure attorney for other banks. He will not do any more of that bank's case. I run into the asshole all the time. So, they're not the holder in due course. They're not the creditor. An attorney's not, listen, got dozens of cases behind us on it. You force, and you don't ask the judge to do anything. You don't ask the attorney to do. You move the court to have him stipulate and admit on and for the record whether or not he's a creditor and holder in due course. They won't do it. Who can be there to take your house? The creditor, the holder in due course, the real party in interest. It's all the same thing. Okay? You can't be the real party in interest if you're not the creditor, and you can't be the creditor if you're not the holder in due course of the note. And so how can they be there? They can't. This was a forcible detainer hearing. So they're taking her house because she lost everything else through doing somebody else's stuff. Judge kicked it all the way back to the beginning. They had to start all over. She had to start her case all over. That was months and months ago. That was, I think it was June. It was either May or June. So they can't do it. Yes.
Okay, my question is, could you give an example of how a chain of title is broken and explain that, please?
John, I'll do that when I talk.
Yeah, Cindy's better at the title thing. She's a title abstractor. Okay. She's going to be able to explain in a way that you're going to be able to understand. I could explain it to you, but I don't know that anybody would really get it because I look at it differently. I look at it through the legal standpoint. She looks at it through the recording standpoint. How many people have a law degree in here? How many people went to law school? How many people have read this book, Black's Law, 8 times? Okay, I have. This was my pillow in maximum security. Yeah. Law is not what you think it is. Let me be very clear about this. How many people have had dealings with the law or the justice system, which is really 2 words. It's just friggin' us system. How many people have had anything to do with it before this foreclosure process? Okay, so how many people got into this foreclosure thing and never had dealt with the courts at all other than maybe a traffic ticket? How many of you? Okay. How many of you are thoroughly disgusted with the American jurisprudence system? We don't have one. We don't have one. It ran out a long time ago when the courts were all corporatized and sold to different businesses, and the police departments were sold and became companies instead of government entities. The United States does not have a court system. It doesn't. We don't have jurisprudence. We don't have any kind of legal system. What we have is a bunch of corporations designed to make money off of this. That's it. So when you walk in there and you were brainwashed in school, like all of you were, and I was lucky enough to ignore that. I have a tendency to ignore everybody. So when you went through all that and you were taught, oh, the court's where you go to get justice. No, the court's where they get money out of you so that politicians can afford the hookers. It really has nothing to do with justice, and it never has. Not in our lifetime. This happened before anybody in here was born. So now that you're in it, do you see why you best get a real good grasp on what's going on? And in order to do that, you better take everything that you thought you knew and throw it the hell out. Do you got it? Because if you don't do that and you mix the Patriot shit or you mix what you thought you knew in with the stuff you're going to learn, you're screwed. Okay, what I'm going to tell you is how the things really work and how to get somewhere with it. Take all that other stuff and put it aside because it's all wrong, every bit of it.